Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Welcome to A Couple More Minutes podcast, where two veterans of the animation and video game industry talk about exactly that, animation and video games. I am one of your hosts. I am Jeff Gaborn. Alongside me, as always, is
Pete Piquet.
Hey, we're back,
What's
Pete.
up?
It's another STS episode where we take a break from the Quantum Assurance board, and we are just shooting the S and talking games, talking animation. This week, we got a review of the new Ninja Gaiden Ragebouond, which is a throwback to the original NES Ninja Gaiden type games. Pete, you got a new top 6 for us this week.
Yes, I do.
And I've found a very interesting website that talks like the revenue of Steam of games based on what kind of game it is, how many wish lists it is. It's super interesting and very insightful. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But first, as in every STS episode, we have our animation tip of the week. This is a weird one, Pete.
Is it really?
Okay, so this is something I've done my entire career, and I just found myself doing it again. And I was like, I have never talked about this. I don't think I've even told anybody this, but I find it super useful. So have you ever had like a really intricate mechanic, especially flying, where you're trying to visualize what it's supposed to look like, and you're like, God, how does that the body's supposed to twist, and the camera, and you're like trying to picture it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you can get out your storyboards and you can do your thumbnails. I find what's super helpful is to grab an action figure, and then I start like rotating it around and putting my fingers up like a little camera, and I spin it around, and I have this thing like flying around, and it really is helpful. Like I just found myself doing it recently where I'm like got this little X-Men toy from from the 90s, and I'm sitting there like rotating it around to find out exactly how it's supposed to feel and how this thing can twist and rotate. I don't know.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah, right? It does work.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's like you can't really articulate it, the action figure, I mean, and you can't like record it for reference. But some of these moves that you're trying to get done are so impossible to shoot your own reference for, or to dig up the perfect camera and angle for, whatever sort of reference you're trying to get. So just trying to visualize it in some manner with a toy works, and it really does, and often. So I find it, especially for flying, that it works well. So there's a quick tip. If you haven't done it before, give that a go.
Yes, it does work.
It does. All right, so that's the animation tip. So let's move on to our next category. How about your top 6, Pete? You want to go there?
Yeah, let's do the top 6.
It's Pete's top 6.
The top 6 for this week or this month is basically my top NES games. And
Top ever.
There are some omissions. Basically, I want to make sure that this list is not only awesome, but is also cost effective. Because if I put like Little Samson or Panic Restaurant on this list, no one will ever be able to buy them.
That's true.
So these are my top 6 best NES games ever made that are all under $50, actually.
Oh man, I'm excited to hear what ranking you have this.
All right. Number 6, coming in at number 6 at $15.52 is the first Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that.
Do you want me to give a little reason why I
Yeah, I would love to
chose
know
some of these?
exactly why you chose number 6, yeah.
So I chose Super Mario Brothers, the first one, because of how monumental of a change it was when it came out.
Yep.
What it did for video games. Going from Atari to having a little character that runs and jumps around was just unprecedented.
Yep.
So
Even like
that's
all the secrets, like I remember just being so intrigued that it felt like this world was like endless in terms of what you could explore. It's like hidden blocks and like different tricks you could pull off to get one ups, and it just felt like the coolest game I had ever seen.
Yep. Coming in at number 5 at $28.69 is Castlevania,
Oh
the
yeah.
first one. That one is just it's a masterpiece. Like there's
Yep.
there's no question about it. And
The music
you know,
is so good.
the music is so good. The monsters that you fight are actual like universal monsters.
Yeah, that's a cool thing about that first one. Is it like it was supposed to be like Hollywood-esque? Like there's even like the film reel, like the whatever you call it, all those like little notches at the side. Like when you like
Yeah,
beat the game, it's like it shows those little like notches things. So it's like this is supposed to be reminiscent of film. Like really cool.
yeah. So that's number 5 for me. Number 4 is Contra at $31
Yeah, dude.
and
God, I
39
love it.
cents.
It's so good. Do you actually like this better than Super C?
I do.
Yeah, I do too. I don't. I think both of us have we're in the minority there, but I really do like this better than Super C.
Yeah, I think it's because I just played it so much.
Yeah, I think
You know.
that yeah, kind of sways me as well. It's nostalgia. Like, yeah, I didn't know. Nobody really had Super C around my parts growing up, so I just played the original over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. And Super C was a later release, wasn't it?
I actually don't know the year, but I mean, it must have been. And then whatever Contra Force was, that was a bastardization of the whole
Oh
series.
yeah, Contra Force. That's like unplayable.
It is, yeah.
But it's extremely rare and worth a lot of money, so
I think I got
snatch
it.
it up if you find it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hanging up there. Yeah.
Number 3 at a whopping $11.01 is Blaster Master.
Oh, dude, I love that you said that. I love Blaster Master.
I love Blaster Master too.
So hard
So
though.
it really is.
They needed a password system so bad in that game.
Yeah, because they expect you to sit there and do it all in one sitting. It's
Yeah,
kind
because
of
it's about as big as Metroid, but you got to do it all in one sitting. It's like, okay.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Number 2 at $30 is Legend of Zelda, first one.
Yeah, that's got to be on the list.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
what?
what can you?
There's nothing. Yeah, you can't. Everybody already knows. Yeah.
Yeah, what can you say? And controversially, number 1 for me at $23.49 is Metroid.
Oh wow. I
And
will say I for all the love that everybody gives Super Metroid, I still go back to the original. I like it.
same here.
I like it a lot.
Same here. I actually speedrun it a couple times, a couple years back. I beat it in I think 45 minutes. I have a picture of it somewhere.
That's amazing.
But yeah, this game to me is just it just blew my mind when I was a kid. Um and I just could not stop playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I wish it had a map system, but the part of the fun of it was actually taking a grid and going ahead and mapping it out ourselves.
Yep.
Uh, and man, I still remember the neighbor like running down the street saying that they had just like met Mother Brain, and it was like so cool. And then I
I
remember
could
like
picture that in my
the
head.
Justin Bailey code and being shocked that it's a girl, and it's just like, oh man, it was such a like playground storytelling game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You
I
know,
know it.
the Justin Bailey code was actually a fluke. It wasn't
Yeah,
anybody.
I know. I always heard it was like you're just in a Bailey, and then like a Bailey was short for a swimsuit, but that has actually nothing to do with it. That's
Nope.
insane.
Just so
Yeah.
happens the zeros and ones
Yep.
went together nicely, and that's according to Nintendo too. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess you can put there's a whole bunch of different codes that lead to Samus being, not being in her full outfit and being at different stages. But yeah, that one just is kind of perfect.
and I'm gonna give a honorable mention to Super Mario 3. I know that people love that game to death, but I think it's a bit overrated.
I mean, I think it gets overplayed, so I can see why you'd say that. I mean, I would have a hard time not putting it on my list, but I can see why you wouldn't. Um, yeah. When we did I think when we did our like, what's better, Mario 3 or Mario World, we both went Mario World, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see why. Well, that's a good list, man. Little bummed there's no Mega Man on there, but all right, it's fine.
I'm actually not a tremendous Mega Man fan. No offense to you, Jeff
No,
Gabor.
that's all right. Different strokes, right?
Yep.
All right, man. That's an awesome list. Thanks for the Pete's top six. Shoot, where where were we going after this? Oh yeah, we got Ragebouond. All right,
Ragebouond. Now,
all right.
for full disclosure, I've only owned this game for like 48 hours.
That's all right. All right, but it's good to see what you feel in those first 48 hours because those first 48 hours tells people whether or not they should like really buy a game.
Mm-hmm.
And your initial like really first feel of it. What did you come away with feeling?
Well, first of all, it's not an NES throwback. It's more
Yeah.
of like a 2D PS1 game,
Yeah,
if
it's
you can
funny. That's a
imagine
good
it
way to
like
put
that.
it. Yeah, it's almost like closer to what's the Symphony of the
S-
Night?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is closer to that for sure.
yeah,
Um, and it doesn't really feel like Ninja Gaiden.
yep,
Like the controls
yeah. That's
speaking.
true.
Ninja Gaiden, you can stop on a dime. Here, it's like you you start off and you have like this very slow start, and then you start running, and then you have like this animation of him catching himself and then recovering.
Hmm.
That to me ruined the gameplay, the Ninja Gaiden gameplay.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. It's like I was trying to figure out who exactly their audience is, and I think it really is supposed to be us, and almost exclusively us. So like the game starts, it it takes place in the exact same time frame as the original 1988 Ninja Ninja Gaiden game from like 1988, right? Like so like you you start at that same moment and you see Ryu Hayabusa. Oh man, I'm never gonna say it right. Hayabusa, um, but he's training another person named Kenji Hayabusa, and so then as the 1988 game goes, Ryu has to go to America. There's whatever John Smith or whatever it is sends him over there. So you take over to like watch the Hayabusa area as Kenji, and then that you go through that story. And even the cool part, there is a lot of stuff that like does cater to us. Like the opening part that you play as, you don't actually play as either Ryu or Kenji. You play as that that father figure from the original opening of Ninja Gaiden, the original, in the like the red ninja that like does the
Yeah.
dash through the like open field. So that
Yeah.
was kind of cool. And then the
That
music.
was cool.
I know you said you only did 48 hours, but I don't know if you noticed like how many tracks of the original game were redone and like updated and reused. Like so many tracks. That was really cool and really impressive to see them have that attention to detail. So if nothing
Yeah.
else, pick up the soundtrack. I think it's worth a good listen.
Yeah. Um, the other thing that I didn't like about the gameplay is that it just felt kind of twitchy,
Yep, that's
and,
my number
and
one thing. Yeah.
and it, like, for instance, you're walking along, like you can grapple onto the ceiling,
Hmm.
and if you're grappling, you're walking along, and if you're not careful, um, it'll launch you off of that ceiling,
Hmm. Yep.
and you'll end up like barely missing the platform you're supposed to land on and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a little twitchy. I wish that you had the ability to stop on a dime.
Yeah. Did you
That
get to the major hook where you blend with the member of the Black Spider Clan?
No, I haven't gotten there yet.
So what happens is like so you play as Kenji Hayabusa, right? And you get to a certain part of the game where then there's a member of like a female that's part of this Black Spider Clan, and in order to go on, she kind of sacrifices herself, and she becomes her essence becomes melded with you, and so you're basically walking around with her ghost inside of you, and so you have some of her power and some of your power, and then that's when the game gets super twitchy, Pete. Super. So you played as Ryu, or sorry, Kenji, and you have
I
those
did
like
play as this spider girl.
right, exactly. So when you're playing as Kenji, there's these some enemies that have this like blue green aura, and if you kill them, you become hypercharged, right? And then you can do a super
Mm-hmm.
slash and kill people. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Komori of the Black Spider Clan, she has these, they're not shurikens. I'm just going to say shuriken because I can't remember the actual name. But these daggers you throw, and so that's a different button. So you're doing X for your slash as Kenji, or you're shooting uh, these daggers with the B button. And then, so those hypercharged characters that are blue, now there's other ones that are pink. And you only get hypercharged if you attack those characters with the correct attack. So you must use Kenji's attack with the X button for for the blue guys, and then you have to use the B button for the purple guys. And so then it becomes this like weird, almost Guitar Hero type of game where you're trying to do pattern recognition or color recognition as you're trying to bounce around, and it becomes like I've been playing video games for a long time, and I'm like getting confused on X, B. All right, double jump. Okay, now here's your super slash, and here's your. I was like, oh my god. Oh no, here's your dodge roll move, and here's. It was like I'm like my fingers feel like it's playing a piano right now. Like it is like so complicated. That part started to like, but I can see it. It's I can see both sides of it because it also gives you something to get good at. And once you get really good at that, it makes you feel like a ninja, right? So there's
Mm-hmm.
that part of it, but it took away some of that original thing that you're talking about, that original Ninja Gaiden feel. Because the original Ninja Gaiden, you had one of its main elements was these like collecting orbs or whatever that would change your abilities. That was like so
Mm-hmm.
integral to the original, and it's like completely gone. And it's like I
There's
miss
also
it.
like the simplicity of it all.
That's the biggest. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you nailed it on the head. It's very simple. It's bouncing off of walls and kind of climbing, and the enemies are a little bit slower and more methodical. And this game is like so fast and bloody too. I don't know about that, but Like it's funny because the original Ninja Gaiden we all played as kids. I can't really show my kids this game because there's so much gore. It kind of stinks. I will give it like at least they kept with like the climbing on the walls, and I actually did like the double jump attack. So a lot of the game has this ability that rather than just having a single jump, you do this double jump and you start spinning in the air like almost like Sonic the Hedgehog type of thing. And if you land on somebody, it does damage to them and also sends you up again. And then you can just chain that together. So you can just like double jump and spin off of people for a long time. And that's what keeps you actually jumping around. And that becomes a lot of part of the level design. You start doing platforming by jumping on different objects and fireballs and all this stuff all over the place. And you just keep on moving by doing that. And it actually does feel pretty darn good. I will say that. So they did really excellent. And I will also, you got to talk about, so you said the graphics are like PlayStation, and I agree. But still, that pixel art was really spot on. It's the beautiful backgrounds and the animation is slick.
Yeah. No, I'm not. When I said that, I wasn't complaining.
Okay, cool. Some of the enemies too, or the bosses. I mean, the bosses are tough.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it took me a while. I will say that for a handful of them, I started getting really irritated. But there's a couple of them that are just so cool designed looking, just like some ugly looking skulls and demons and gross things, and they're really well done. And I'm super impressed by. It makes me kind of want to figure out how they did it, because the pixelated graphics of it are like too good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
so
I know
like,
what you mean.
These are 3D rendered, aren't they? Like,
yeah.
I think they're 3D rendered because they're moving too fluidly, and to keep track of that many pixels is really difficult. So I was like, I'm starting to feel pretty strongly this is like post-processing pixelation and not true pixel 2D animation. Just because there's too much detail, like a lot of shading, a lot of different colors. So not even close to being 8-bit, like not even. You're right. It's a lot closer to 32-bit.
Yeah. No, it's definitely. It reminded me of Symphony of the Night. You know, it's that's the closest thing I could think of.
Yeah. I don't know. So would you recommend it?
Yeah, I would. I don't think it's a bad game. I just don't think it's. I don't think it stays true to, like, if you want to play a Ninja Gaiden game or Gaiden game. Ninja Gaiden. We used to call it that when growing up all the time.
Oh man, well, I used to call it Ninja Gaiden. That was how I said it as a kid, so I really bastardized it. So, come on, man. There was no anime or anything for us back then. We didn't know how to say anything.
No. It was very whitewashed.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking for that Ninja Gaiden experience, I would say it doesn't really give you that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it gives you something different. You know, it's still like ninjas and swords and shit like that. I don't think it. I don't think they really used the microscope when looking at the original.
I know. You know the way the Shredder's Revenge is like, it's everything the original was, but more in a perfect way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, like, out of the hack and slash belt scrolling beat 'em ups of the Ninja Turtles, being Turtles in Time, Manhattan Project, and the arcade, those were all like some of the best things ever in terms of that genre. But they came back 25 years later and made the Shredder's Revenge game in those essence, and it was even better. It was even better. It's crazy. They took everything that we have now and added to it. And so this could have had that opportunity, and I can tell that they're trying, but it's almost like I can't put my finger on why exactly. It just doesn't feel like it's adding to it. You want to add to it, yes. You want to make it to modern convenience, yes, but it misses the mark just slightly enough that it doesn't feel right anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one other thing I was going to add to like why I think I started to not like it is the pacing is one note the entire thing. It is like hack slash, go, 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 do the same thing over and over and over again, and then a boss fight. And then also every single time you see a big enemy, like an enemy that has a shield or has an extra defense or is heavy, oh, okay, I just need to wait a second. Here comes the colored aura enemy, and then I'll hit them, and then I'll slash through the big enemy. Like it's like so like repetitive. And they do a good job like changing up the set design. And there's different like platforming things, but overall that pacing never changed and never let up, and it didn't feel right to me because of that. And a lot of it was that hook of the hypercharging. I never felt like I was finding the hypercharge on my own and using it in a creative way. It was always like told to me, this is when you use it, and this is who you use it on, and that's it. Okay, so this guy's for this guy, and that you charge up this guy and hit this guy, so you hit that guy, but you don't take it any further and use it in any other creative way. It's like, okay, that's pretty darn limiting, guys.
Yeah.
He's like, why not save the hypercharge and let me decide when I want to use it, on who and in what creative way? But it's like dictated to you over and over again how you're going to use it.
Yeah, that's very true. Like you encounter a big guy, and then it's just like, okay, I just gotta wait a second.
Yep, it's exactly right. Yep. So I don't know. Overall, to me, I have a lot of things that I really love, especially the music, especially the visuals, amazing. There's just a handful of like stuff about the gameplay that just makes it not sing. So to me, I give it a B plus. I actually do like it, and I do plan on playing a little bit more. But I will say it's not going to age well. Like this is going to come and go.
Yeah, it definitely will. And
yeah, no, go ahead.
I would give it probably a B. I would say.
Okay. What was that other ninja game? The Messenger. Got it.
The Messenger, yeah.
The Messenger is a better like feel of Ninja Gaiden than this is. Like if you want to get that feel of Ninja Gaiden, but like kind of like plussed a little bit and a little bit more modern, go play The Messenger. I'm telling you, that's more like it and more the feel you're looking for. Just go play that. And that game's really great. Although I say that everybody loves the music in that game, and I don't. I do not like the music in The Messenger. It sounds weird to me. It sounds like someone. Go ahead.
What if I'm looking for an update for Wrath of the Black Manta?
Oh my God! Do they make games like that anymore? No.
Do you remember that game?
Yeah, I do. Yes, that was the isometric one, right? Is that the one?
No.
Which one am I
Wrath
thinking
of the Black Manta is like it's almost like a Rolling Thunder.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong one. Oh yeah, geez, dude, no, you don't want to play that. All right. One. I forgot to put it in our pre-show notes, so I'm going to just spring this on you. Let me bring up my thing. But I was going to talk about one little bit of news that I saw, and I wanted to see if you heard about it or if I could get your reaction. But did you see that Nintendo announced they're making a Mario Claymation show?
They are?
Yeah, as part of this is coming from IGN. Nintendo announces Mario Claymation show as part of a new kid-themed My Mario product line push. And it's like all these like Mario products, all these toys, these like wooden block sets that are like that double as amiibos. It's all supposed to be in like a big push to like get them to have more products to sell to kids. They're super expensive. It's like, are they for kids? I don't know. I think they're for us. But it's in like honor of Mario's 40 years old, which is freaking crazy. But yeah, so it's gonna come out in Japan first. But yeah, they're getting into more like animation, more toys, and more products. And and then next year is the next Mario movie too. It is going to be a big year for Mario.
Yeah.
But
40 years is nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing whatever this animated thing, like they say claymation, but it can't be claymation, right? They mean stop motion.
Yeah, if it's not just 3D render that looks like
yeah,
clay.
Exactly. Yeah, I just cannot, like, claymation is Gumby. Like, nobody makes claymation, but a lot of people use that like synonymously with stop motion. Do I mean the word synonymously? Whatever.
I hope they do, though. I hope they do it. Like I think that'd be fucking awesome.
It would be, yeah, that would be pretty slick. I would love to see it like that, because it'll be fresh. I'll tell you that much. Like,
yeah,
I haven't seen anything like that in a long time, and it comes with a certain feel and a style. So I can't wait to see what they're coming up with. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing, wherever I can find my notes. So I found this website, and I was looking through, like, how do people like gauge how much money they're going to make? Right? You're making a game, and you're trying to market it, and you want to see, all right, am I talking this? If this game is a hit, am I going to make $20,000? Am I going to make $3 million? How do you find this information out? And so I was like, just curious. How do people know this? How do they go to these companies and start like getting deals? And so I found this amazing guy that put together this huge game analytic website. It's literally called Gamalytic. So it's GAMALYTIC.com. And there you get to break down an immense amount of information of genres of games, types of games based on publishers. And it has got more than like 5,000 different games that goes to base. And what it does is it breaks down their how much they've made, their gross, how much they really got, like their actual money, based on their copies sold, their review score, how many people own it, how many people are currently playing it still. And then that's all. And then it's got games that it predicts what it's going to make. And that's based on like wish lists and people that are following the game. And it does say, like, with more indie games, the margin of error can be as much as 30%, which is, that's a big error. But it still gives you a ballpark feel. And what's even more interesting is you get to go back and look at some of these games. So like I'm looking right now.
I'm looking at Ninja Gaiden Ragebouond.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. What does it say for that?
It said it's made 749.9 thousand gross revenue.
Yeah. Okay. And so that's interesting. All right. So I will say this does not include consoles sales. So
this is just Steam.
This is Steam. So if you're talking, usually you can, from what they were saying, you can kind of double it for consoles if they're on all three. So let's, you could round that up, I guess, to say like $1.5 million. That's pretty good. But like Steam takes 40% or something, right?
Do they?
Yeah. Let's see. What percentage does Steam take?
30% commission on game sales.
Okay, good. Maybe that's an average. So let's just go with that. Okay, that's high. Okay, that is high. You bust your butt making a game, and 30% goes to somebody that is literally just putting your game up and distributing it, I guess. And its distribution is like, I don't know. It's like they're not marketing it for you. And I don't know how they decide what goes on the front page or whatnot. But 30%, then you're paying taxes, and then you're paying your employees. And then how many years did you work on it? Okay, let's say Ninja Gaiden, they spent, and I know they must have worked on it longer than this, but let's just say 2 years. So you take 750, and you're now left with 70% of that, right? So 750 times. So you're left with $525,000. Then you got to pay taxes, right? So I don't know. Let's do another 30%. So now you're down to $360,000. Then you got to pay your employees. How many people worked on that game? A lot. And then divide that by 2. And like, what are you as like a company like really coming away with?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
That's pretty grim, man.
It's grim, and that's for a hit. So I was looking at some games that, all right, so like Infernax. We were talking about that game last year, and we both loved it, right?
Yeah.
It's total, and Infernax is a far better game than Ragebouond. Like, I love that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And its total is 906,000. And it's got a 93% review score. Like, people love this game. And it's only making 906. Then I started getting, all right, I'm going to get really depressing. All right. I think I've talked about it before, and I would love to do a series on this podcast about games that are just like underrated. Blossom Tales. Now, this is like a Zelda game. It's very highly inspired by Link to the Past. Only it's got like a female protagonist, and it's kind of like redone a little bit. And so the original Blossom Tales, they dumped a ton of money into it and made $226,000, it says, for gross. So that's gross. That's not net. So again, $226,000, and they were surprised by it. They thought they were going to shut the studio down, not make another one. And so they took that money, and from what I've been told, is they took all that money and dumped it into Blossom Tales 2. Blossom Tales 2 is far superior than the original. I love that game. It is so creative. It has a lot of pop culture, like fun references that are like kind of hidden for our age. Like there's some like never-ending story stuff in there. It's really fun. Oh my god, the graphics and the animation and the gameplay it's like everything I want out of a Zelda game, done with like a tongue-in-cheek, fun little kid version of it. Love it. That game, total gross, $60,000.
60,000.
60,000. That is criminal. Its review score is 90%. People do like this game. They do say it's good. And that accounts for nothing. Like, what are you talking about? This game is so good. And they dumped all their money back into the game to make it even better. And what happened? Who didn't market it? What happened? How do you only make $60,000 when you make such an amazing game? Oh my god, it's frightening. So if you just click on the site, the homepage, top new games on Steam, #1 game, Abiotic Factor. Have you heard of that?
Nope.
Neither have I. I have no idea what it is. So I clicked on it. I'm like, why haven't I've never even heard of this? I click on it, and I'm telling you, like, I'm sure nobody's listening to it that knows that game, but I'm telling you, it looks like people fresh out of college that took some like free rigs and threw it together and like made a game kind of with whatever they had lying around. Maybe it's a really cool story. I don't know. Doesn't look cool to me. Has no interest. Gross revenue came out 2 weeks ago. Total gross revenue, $35 million. What?
How?
Its review score is 96%. I don't know what is going on. It is boggling my mind. I'm looking at it and I'm just, what the heck? Is it really just 3D? Is it really that? Is it that important not to have pixel graphics? Like you just got to make sure it's 3D.
Well, that's what That's what the average Joe thinks.
Apparently, this site tells you exactly that. So you go by, you can then, so if you're an actual like developer, they have the ability that you go in, you type in your genre, your wish lists, how many you have, your expected cost of this and that, and then it spits out within a certain margin of error what you're going to make, and that will scare the pants out of you. I mean, you have to be pretty far along because you have to know, you already have to have like a Steam page and a wish list page. But you can try to find something similar. You can like find a game that's similar to your game and see what they made. Like one of the best games that, our old version of our podcast with Michael, like he would not stop talking about Hyper Light Drifter. That game is, I think, a masterpiece. $10 million gross. Now that's a lot, but this other game that I don't know what the heck it's doing. It's already got $34 million in 2 weeks. What the heck is going on in this world? Yeah.
I don't know, Jeff Gabor. I don't know.
Yeah. So you're not going to find games like Fortnite on here because obviously that goes through Epic Game Store, and you're not going to find anything Nintendo. So you're not going to, it's going to be a little tough to do that, but I see like Dead by Daylight, $185 million in Steam already. And I don't even know if that's talking like DLC that people buy. I don't know. Crazy. Anyways, I think it's a site that's super interesting, and I think people should take a look at because I just find it endlessly amazing of like what made what games I find to be amazing. Okay, Neva. Oh my God, we talked about that 2 years ago or whatever at the beginning of this new iteration of the podcast. And it is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. And its gross is $2 million. Has a huge marketing budget. 94% perfect rating. But golly, like $2 million only? And this other game makes 34? There's no justice, man.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Rant over. I'm done with that. But cool website though, and whoever put it together, hats off to you.
Yeah, it's definitely worth like poking around in there.
Yeah, it's neat. So next time we meet, we are back with the Quantum Assurance board, and we are taking a look at the original NES game Panic Restaurant from Taito, which is a game that is super hard to find, super rare. From what I hear, it's pretty good. I have never played it, and I cannot wait to really start to dive in and then give it a good old breakdown and rating and see if it actually deserves the seal of quality it's boasting to have.
I'm not saying anything because I have played it.
Okay. Well, we're going to break it down next time. Any last words there, Pete?
Nope, not this time.
All right, man. Well, this has been Just a Couple More Minutes podcast where two veterans of the animation and video game industry talk about exactly that, animation and video games. Thanks for joining me, Pete, and thanks for everybody for listening, too. I never get to say that, but I should say that. Thanks for listening. Jason Taylor, right there. I know you're listening. All right. See you, everybody.
Take it easy.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.